Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you.
All right, George, how are you? Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center podcast. I'm Steve Capo. Sometimes I say Capo, depending on my mood, Natalie. Steve Capo, really Italian today. I'm your host. We like to have guests, sometimes not guests. This is Natalie Debowski, if I pronounced that correctly, right, Natalie? She plays for Westfield. She did. She's a senior.
Yes,
she graduated.
I finished.
But I always like to get a kind of a, either a high level, professional, or all the way to a level of high school, because it's really important because most people are at that level, playing high school, trying to make their team, trying to deal with coaches and things like that. So it's nice to get a perspective, and maybe this can help freshman or sophomore, or maybe a parent can listen to it and tell their kid, hey, why don't you listen to this? Such and such went through this and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to ask you about high school, Natalie. I'm going to ask you about why you started playing tennis. I'm going to ask you what were the positives, what were the negatives, all of those things.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing?
So I would say I started playing when I was 8 years old, competitively 14. Okay. I was a big softball, basketball person, so I didn't take tennis too seriously until
Now, did you, I don't want to interrupt, but did you really take to it right away, or was it a lot of sports you played in the beginning and then honed in on one?
Yeah, I played a lot of sports in the beginning. I would say playing softball and basketball really helped with my hand-eye coordination, which allowed me to be a good tennis player at 7 years old, I would say.
Now, did you tell your parents right away, like, this is what I want to concentrate on? Or when did that happen, when you said, I wanted you, or did you have you still played every sport all the way through high school?
So I played freshman basketball. I was on JV. I got cut my sophomore year. I put in so much time in the summer with tennis, and I didn't focus on really any other sports. And I think being cut from the basketball team, my Westfield High School basketball team, made me realize how much I really like tennis and should stick to it more.
Now, do you like that you still have a team aspect? What's your favorite thing about it? You can play doubles and you can have a team? Or do you like the fact that, well, you didn't play singles, you played doubles with the time in high school. You like the team environment? Is that really an exciting thing for you?
Yes, I love my team environment, especially being a captain my senior year and being on varsity. I loved hanging out with the girls. We did a lot of fun things after the practice. For example, we went to Topgolf. I think the environment was really strong and all of us got along. I like doubles because I always like to have someone to be with, especially helps with my mentality.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting more into the singles game, but I like the team aspect.
Do you feel that structure helps you with school too?
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
I think it makes me grow as a person, and it makes me, feel at ease knowing I have girls to back me up, and having that, and at least I know I have girls at my high school that will be there for me because they're on the same team as me.
How about structure? Do you feel like it helps structure your day too?
Yes, I have a routine, and I like having routines.
Yeah.
Like if I know I have tennis practice right after school, I look forward to it, and I motivate myself more, and I'm more organized when I have a structure. Yeah,
because when I played for Rutgers, I got my worst grades when I got injured because I had plenty of free time and I didn't study at all.
Yeah.
Usually when you're structured.
Oh, yes.
And you have to have a set time to do something, you have no time to waste.
Yes.
Usually when you have all day, you take all day. So if you're going to talk to a freshman, what are the pros? What are the cons? What are the warnings? What do you think you should tell a girl, a guy trying out for a team?
I would say have a lot of positivity. Like my coach really emphasized positivity and being role models to others, especially when you're an upperclassman.
Yeah.
I would say always show your best and always give your best. Don't focus on so much of the negatives and what you did wrong especially during tryouts. My sophomore year, I was so nervous, but I just kind of put one foot forward and just played my heart out. And that's how I was able to make varsity my sophomore year. Because I did make JV my freshman year.
Okay.
But then I think making JV made push myself to becoming better. So never really get hung up on the negatives and always just keep moving forward, I would say.
Dynamics with coaches. How do you feel like you get along with them? Like, what do you think the most important thing from you coaching wise, not a private lesson, not a coach on court, say a team coach.
Yeah.
What are you looking for from them?
I'm looking for positive reinforcement and not being yelled at all the time. I was kind of a target a little bit.
Okay.
I think she saw me too much as a role model and depended on me a little too much in terms of being a role model, not a player.
Okay.
I did show that, but to her and in her eyes, I don't think she saw me that way. But then again, she didn't see what happened off court. I would say I was a very, very strong leader to those girls, and I really loved my team. But also, giving interesting pointers, making practice fun, not being so super strict into it, but also still being strict to keep the girls in check, I would say.
Yeah. So you need positive reinforcement. You need to feel like you're progressing.
Yes.
You don't want to feel like you're being beaten up about things. I know it's key because we're not going to play professional tennis, and you just want to feel like you're being nurtured in a positive direction, which is true. So you're going to play in college.
Yes.
Did you have people reaching out to you, or did you reach out to them? And did you what was your game plan for playing?
So my coach, Alex, not from Strand, Alex Yu, he used to work here.
Yeah, I know
as
Alex
you know.
Yu.
Yeah. He got me into it. I worked with him in
the
spring and summer. Oh, absolutely. I adore him. Love the coaches here too, of
No,
course.
he's great. He used to work here. He's great.
Yeah. I play with him.
He got a job at Amazon, everybody.
Yeah.
Like a real job, as they say.
Yeah. I played with him at 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. a lot of days over the summer and the springtime because I kind of worked with his schedule and he didn't work with mine. So that really motivated me. He was the one that pushed me towards, I would say, D3. At first, I was hesitant about playing college because I was like, I don't know where this is going to take me. And then after my sophomore, junior year, when I realized I was a strong doubles player, I started reaching out to coaches. And then University of Rochester, I started looking into them and looking into their school. I actually reached out to the coach.
That's awesome.
I was
Proactive.
persistent.
Yeah.
I was, I took initiative.
Did you send him a video? What'd you
Yes.
do? Okay.
I sent him an email at first, giving him an email about myself and my grades and who I am. He got very interested. Then he looked up my records and where I placed my sophomore year because I did go to state individuals, so that did help. And then I started sending him more videos, and he really liked my technique. And then it kind of went from there. I did official visit, and he really liked the way I played with the girls on the team. And I absolutely love the girls on the team at Rochester.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you got to be proactive.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be your advice, I guess, to a senior is reach out to coaches,
yes,
right?
100%.
Because sometimes the coaches on Division III or Division T don't know everybody, right? So make yourself seen and heard. That's
definitely.
awesome. And what's the process? September, you go in there. Is there practice in August, I guess?
I'll be going in there August 25th, 28th, around that time.
Okay.
They practice all throughout fall and winter. They have their own individual tournaments in the fall.
Yeah, fall is invitation.
Yeah. And then winter is team practice, and then spring is their team match play.
Yeah.
I went to their match play. Very strong play. Made me a little nervous, I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what conference you're in?
Liberty. Yeah.
Do you like the coach? You feel like
yes.
Awesome. Now, what do you like about that person?
He loves the girls and he loves tennis. He puts he makes the environment super fun.
That's awesome.
Especially his assistant coach. She's super fun and super nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have any goals you set for yourself do you set goals in general, short-term, long-term goals for tennis, for school? How do you set your goals?
I make lots of lists.
Okay.
I make goal lists that I kind of hang up on my bulletin board. I take a thumbtack and I stick it onto my bulletin board and I look at it every day. I have it's like those Pinterest board kind of things, but more for motivation. I have a lot of reminders in my phone to help, especially with routine. But that helps me lean towards my short-term goals and my long-term goals.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you have to, give yourself a direction, right?
Yes.
Figure out where you're going, because if you don't know where you're going, you're kind of lost. It's like a full tank of gas in a plane and no destination. You're just flying around.
Yeah.
Any other pieces of advice you would give to young people that want to be a part of something and are lurking or want to be a part of a team? What advice would you give them?
I honestly say take the risk and take the challenge. the worst they can say is no, but you would feel regret if you don't try.
Yeah.
You always have to try. And I think my biggest thing is regret. If I don't do something, and this applies to everyday life, like especially match play, when you have all these weapons and these tools and you don't use them, you're never going to grow from them.
Okay.
It's better to take the risk and learn from it now than to kind of be so shy to do it in the future and not improve upon it.
That's very, very mature of you.
Yeah.
As, what are you, 17, 18?
18.
Look at that. It's very mature.
I try to follow it.
Yeah, Natalie, I mean, you do. You don't want to have any regrets.
Yeah.
You don't want to, you're ways from this, but there's a book called 5 Regrets, and they asked a bunch of older people, what are their regrets? It's never doing something, it's not doing it.
Yeah.
Natalie, that was it. It was a quick little interview.
Thank you.
She was nervous, George. She shouldn't have been. You see, just a little advice. It's good because we're basically coaching a lot of high school kids, some college kids, but 99% of the world is just trying to make their team and be part of something.
Yeah.
And her story is a success, right? She went here. She went to school. She got in. She played for a team. She played for a good team, Westfield. She's playing in college, Division III, and going to a good school. So that's great.
Thanks, Steve.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everybody, a little positivity, George. Welcome to the Strand Tennis Center or goodbye from the Strand Tennis Center podcast. Thanks, everybody. Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.